Hey guys, what is up? It is your friendly neighborhood Oogus here, back again with another Isaac Breaking Run. This time we're going to start with 2020. With that good old double shot. Put on those nice ass gigantic glasses with the tape down the middle to hold it together, I guess. Is that a common thing for glasses to break down the middle? I've seen so I don't wear glasses. I, in my life, have known a large amount of people who do or have worn glasses. And I always see, like, if they have tape on them, it's always on the, like, the hinges, you know, connecting the sides of the glasses, the bits that go over your ears, back to the middle part that holds the lenses. This is a terrible situation. That's where I see it, right? I've never seen it in the middle. I feel like it would take some pretty precise intent to actually snap glasses down the middle. Makes sense to break the hinges, though. I really wish for one goddamn time I could get Steven instead of Little Steven. But that's not gonna happen, is it? It's just never gonna happen. Hey, that's real good. Alright. So I saw your guys's... I saw a few suggestions for anime in the comments when I asked on the last video. And, I'll be honest, thanks. None of it really jumped out at me, aside from JoJo's. I'm definitely gonna watch JoJo's at some point. I started watching, I watched like the first couple episodes and was like, this is a show that is interesting to me. And then I just didn't watch more of it for some reason. But, I'm doing it. Not JoJo's. I'm actually committing to Hunter x Hunter. I'm giving it a shot, you know, whatever. Slow start, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. I'm sticking with it. And I guess I misremembered how many episodes I was in. Wasn't 12. I'm at about 12 now. It was like 7 or so. But I'm at 12 now, and, yeah, I mean, it's... more shit's happening. For sure. Like, a lot more shit. And it's good shit, too. It's, like, really sweet stuff. So... I mean, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't enjoying it. But, I don't know, man. When an anime starts that slow, it's like... it really just... I can't figure it out, you know? I just don't know... I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's just a weird thing. Like, I don't want anime to start slow, obviously. I feel like it taints the experience. And I don't think that's unreasonable. I mean, it's just like... I don't know. It's the whole... I'm sure there is some actual logical fallacy involved. But the whole, like, you dislike something, right? And I've talked about this before. But, you know, I say that I dislike sushi because I don't like sushi, right? I just don't like it. And then when I say that, the response, like 9 times out of 10, isn't just, oh, alright. The response instead is, no, you just haven't had good sushi. You know? Like, that's just fucking retarded, man. I haven't had good sushi. That's why I don't like sushi. It could never be that I've had multiple different ways of preparing sushi, as well as different specific rolls from different locations. No, it's gotta be the fact that I just didn't have good sushi. I'm waiting this out, by the way. And I feel like you can attribute that to a lot of stuff. Like, yeah, in anime, it's like, you know, if somebody's favorite anime has really horrible pacing issues, and you're like, oh, the pacing's, or, you know, I didn't really like it. You know, it's, didn't really, interest me. Oh, no, you gotta wait until, like, episode 40. That's when it starts getting good. It's around episode 40. That's when it gets really, really good. So I have to sit through 40 goddamn episodes of this shit? And then that's when it becomes an actual TV show? Yeah, no, fuck that. I don't know. And the thing is, I mean, I've done it before with anime. I've been like, no, you gotta watch this episode, but it's never something absurd, right? Specifically when I tell people to watch Gurren Lagann, and they're like, I can't get into it, and I'm like, first of all, how? Secondly, how dare you? And thirdly, you know, you gotta watch there's one specific episode which is like seven? Episode 7? I think it's episode 7. 8? 7. Not quite sure. Regardless, that episode, and you know the episode I'm talking about. It's the most emotional episode in anime history, alright? Nothing can even compare. And if you can sit through that, you can finish that one, and then still be like, yeah, it didn't interest me. Well, it's not for you. I guess you're not going to enjoy TTGL. It's alright, though. Not a big deal. I'm not going to judge you for it. I'm just going to accept it. Move on. Move on with my life, and you can move on with yours. It'll be great. We can do it together. But, you know, again, it's not like, oh, no, the first 20 episodes are just really slow. After you get past that, it gets way better. That was one of the reasons it took me so long to watch FMA. Because somebody told me, oh yeah, if you watch FMA, you're gonna have to sit through like a lot of really slow story bullshit for like a while. And I was like, oh, that doesn't sound very interesting. And then I watched it and I was like, what the fuck are you on about? What show did you watch? Actually, I'm not sure if I don't remember at this point if they were talking about Brotherhood or Original. Original might have had pacing issues, but I have no clue. I haven't watched Original. I might at some point, just because I kind of want to watch more FMA. It's a great show. That's another one that's just incredibly emotional. I don't know, I tend to like the sort of, I probably should have not picked that up. Oh, whoops. I really like fight animes, right? Like, a lot of them are shonen. I really like that. Specifically the ones that have, like, you get, like, a very deep attachment to characters. I'm talking, like, you know, Yu Yu Hakusho, Gurren Lagann, Full Metal Alchemist, Rurouni Kenshin's another great one. What else? What else am I thinking? I mean, I like Neon Genesis Evangelion, but I wouldn't consider that anywhere within the realm of what I actually like in anime. It just happens to be, you know, incredible. I don't know. It's not really my taste, but I love it. Can't get enough of it. Oh, Code Geass. Code Geass is pretty good. It's not really like a fighty type anime, but it is very good, and definitely worth the watch if you haven't seen it. And make sure you watch Season 2, also known as R2. Because if you don't, then you're going to be upset. And then if you do, you might be one of those weirdos who thinks that R2 is bad, and then you'll be more upset. But trust me, it's great. But yeah, it's not really, I mean, there is fighting in it. Like, it's a much more traditional mech anime than something like Evangelion. But at the same time, it's like a psychological fucking roller coaster. So it's very unique. Oh, DBZ. DBZ is obviously quite good. Aside from the horrendous pacing issues of DBZ, and let me explain to you why I dislike Kai, right? Because that's something that I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh, if you dislike the pacing, then you should check out Kai. I have. And Kai is butt ass. And let me elaborate. The characters feel like fucking empty shells in Kai, right? So in DBZ, yeah, you have like incredibly long monologues followed by screaming for, you know, however many hours, right? Sure. And that caused a pacing problem. But I think Kai way overcompensated for that fault of DBZ. Right? Because if you watch Kai and you haven't seen the original DBZ, there is just nothing behind the characters. Just nothing. Right? They're literally just empty shells who fucking scream for like 2 seconds and then suddenly attacks and shit. Like, and it might be because I didn't watch from the beginning, but the beginning of Kai, but I'll be honest with you, I watched like 4 episodes and it didn't seem to change in any way. But I was watching from like pretty much in the middle of Frieza Saga. That's where I got in DBZ in my rewatch, and then I was like, hey, I'll check out Kai. So I jumped into Kai, and it was like, there was this sequence where Frieza is like, it was a situation where in DBZ, Frieza like monologues for a while, and is gonna be like, blah blah blah, I've underestimated you, etc., etc. And then fucking lot of buildup happens, Frieza screams a bit, and then a giant fucking ball of like magma looking shit is now above Frieza's head. And he's like, this'll destroy the planet, and then throws it, and the character's like, ugh, right? But in Kai, what happens is Frieza's like, fool, gi, and then the dude next to Frieza's like, you'll destroy the planet, like, you know, it was a 5-second sequence where Frieza's just like, you fool, and then suddenly a ball, and then he throws it, and that's it. That's the entire sequence. There's just, it's a shell. And then Goku's like, let's go! And then jumps, right? Like, there's nothing behind the actions. There's no actual character interactions, you know? It's just like lines of dialogue being hurled at you. This is really fucking frustrating to watch. And I mean, DBZ definitely, it fails to, really progress the characters. I mean, Gohan has really good character, like, a lot of story put into him in DBZ. But most of the other characters, if you want their story and, you know, progression as characters, you're gonna probably have to watch Dragon Ball, which I tend to not really enjoy. But, whatever. I watched the majority of it at some point once, so, you know, I got it. I got the progression. But if you've never seen Dragon Ball, DBZ, they'll probably just feel like, you know, fucking, just, I don't know, pretty bad characters. I don't know. There's just, again, there's not a lot of development in DBZ. Like, there is some, there are definitely, like, a lot of emotional moments that happen, but the problem is you can't really get too emotional when, everybody gets revived all the goddamn time. Like, everybody dies. And then everybody gets wished back to life. And then nothing matters. Right? So you need to get it from somewhere else, I guess, you know? Like in a different anime, like in the ones that I mentioned, like if a main character fucking dies, you know, that's it. They're dead. You gotta move on. That's a tough thing. That's what causes the actual emotional bits of character development, is when a character fucking dies and they're dead, right? Not they die and then they communicate through the ghost people to talk to their family and be like, Hey, I'll be okay. Just don't wish me back for a while. Okay, Goku. We won't wish you back for a while. Yeah, that's not fucking dead. That's on a trip somewhere else. How many times did Krillin die as well? Like 6 or something? And like there was like that brief moment in DBZ where it's like stuff started to get potentially emotional, right? Cause fucking Krillin dies, and it's like, we already wished him back, we can't wish him back again. And you're like, oh fuck, Krillin's dead, dude. No matter how much you hate Krillin, he's fucking dead, man. And then, you know, they get to Namek, and it's like, no, our Dragon Balls can revive people any number of times. Yeah, no, it's fine. Oh, alright, well. I guess death really doesn't matter. So yeah, DBZ definitely struggled with character development, and Kai does it worse, which is real bad. If your character development is worse than DBZ, just a regular ass original DBZ, then you got some problems. You got some things you gotta work out there. Although again, I can't really speak on the entire series of Kai. Just I watched a chunk of episodes, and it felt like somebody hit the fucking fast forward button on DBZ and just let it go. But I understand some people want that. Just not me. I want the fucking crazy multi-episode long build-up. Because that makes the fucking the following battle that much more incredible, right? When you have this insane build-up, damn it. When you have this insane build-up over, like, you know, an entire fucking season of episodes, right? Then when the battle happens, or when the battle really fucking gets going, it's just nuts. Like, it's so good at that point. And then when you don't have the build-up, the battle's just like, yeah, whatever. Like, that's one thing Yu Yu Hakusho did so fucking incredibly well. Is that all of the fight scenes had meaning to them. You know, none of them were just fight scenes because, blah, fighting, right? They all meant something. Something much more huge, like, you know, much more impactful than just a regular-ass fight scene would be in that circumstance. I mean, like, the fight between Kurama and what's-his-face? He's on the squad with the Toguro brothers. I don't remember his name. He's the dude who, like, is super fucking bizarre, and when he touches people, they explode. Right? That one. That guy. He's on the team with Toguro brothers, right? They're like a 3-man team, I think. I don't remember. Or were there more? No, there was one more, right? Yeah, the guy who had the super ultra weighted armor. That dude was also on that team, right? I think so. But that fight between Kurama and that dude, what's his face? That fight was fucking incredible. Just one of the best fight scenes in anime history, I think. Not for, like, the actual action, of course. Because I mean, there was... I'm trying to think of actually how much action there was in that sequence. Not a huge amount. The main point of that was the psychological battle that was going on. Fuck, man. These are just not interesting enough. I need something sweet. I mean, most of Kurama's battles were actually incredible, to be honest with you. Kurama might have been my favorite character. When I was a kid, I would have told you Hiei. Hiei is this little dude, like short guy, who's like a fucking tough guy, and he wears all black and has black hair, and has a third eye on his forehead and shit, and he harnesses the power of the black dragon. That dude's a fucking badass, right? Unless you're like past your edgy teenager years, I suppose. I mean, Kurama's fucking great. Eh? Buh. Yeah, I like, I like just any anime that pretty much has meaningful battles with good character development that makes me give a shit if the character dies. That's my shit. And then if it's just, you know, non-stop battles that don't fucking matter at all, I give much less of a shit. Trying to think of an example of an anime that does that, though. I can't think of one that I've seen that does that, actually. I mean, Rurouni Kenshin kind of has it, but it's different. I mean, I'd say Rurouni Kenshin doesn't really have it, but, like, I don't know. There are some battles that are just like, why is this here? Why? But for the most part, Kenshin's battles are very meaningful. I actually want to watch Naruto. Is that a weird thing? Is that a... I hate the fan base of Naruto so much that I just, it like taints it in my mind. But frankly, Naruto's pretty good. I mean, it is like 1 trillion episodes. And it is kind of... Well, original Naruto is fairly childish. But apparently Shippuden is much more serious. Like, it has a much more serious tone. But I mean, even in original Naruto, there's a lot of serious shit that goes on, you know? But yeah, the fan base of Naruto is just, in my mind, poisoned it. It's just, it's ruined because of the fucking fanatic fan base. But it, I mean, it's good. Some crazy shit that happens. I remember when I was a kid, one of the sequences, I guess, I don't know, multi-episode long interaction between characters. One of the ones that like fucked me up was the chunk of Naruto that had Gaara in it. Gaara is the sand dude. He could control like sand and like rock or something like that. There's a part where he like fuses himself to like the sand or something, and he becomes some sort of like rock monster or something weird like that, and that fucked me up real good. I was like, you know, this fucking child watching Toonami being like, oh man, I love this show with all the fart jokes and funniness. And then in comes this fucking rock monster, literally murdering human beings, and I'm just like, oh. This isn't the same show that I was watching a minute ago. I mean, I didn't really care. I've always kind of been into darker sort of stuff. I mean, the main reason that I ever gave a shit about Yu Yu Hakusho was because of how kind of fucked up it was. Specifically, Dark Tournament Saga. It's fucking crazy. Wow. Well, this is actually pretty good. So we're gonna roll with it. And I'm gonna take this as well. And we're gonna grab this and open that. And we're gonna do the thing. And the thing. That didn't one-shot you somehow. Yeah, I've always liked just dark shit. I don't know. Maybe because I'm fucked in the head. That could definitely be it. Or maybe it was them damn video games ruining my life. Turning me incredibly violent. Do you guys remember when people actually thought that video games, not even just video games, things that weren't considered, I guess, like regular culture, fucking turn people into mass murdering crazies? That was like a thing back in the day. Like, people thought D&D turned you into like, what was it, like a cult member or something? Like D&D was just a massive cult. Obviously, Doom turning kids, perfectly good kids with no ill intent, into school shooters. Or maybe they were just fucked in the head. Maybe there's literally no link at all. And in fact, maybe, just maybe, video games actually help people who have feelings of that variety. Maybe, just maybe. Nah, that's not it. Definitely video games cause people to be mass murderers. Yeah. Yeah, that's about right. What was that crazy sociopath who, like, did YouTube videos and shit? And people blamed his mass killings on, like, God, what was it? What did people blame it on? It was something fucking weird. I'm trying to think of the guy. He was really fucking creepy. He was the guy who, like, was upset that women didn't like him or something. He was like an egomaniac, narcissistic sociopath. And he did, like, YouTube videos, like vlogs. And it's really fucked up and creepy because you can, like, you know, pick his brain even though he took his own life after the mass killing. You can kind of, you know, get inside his head by watching the videos. It's weird. It's weird shit. But that guy, I'm pretty sure people blamed his craziness on things aside from he's just crazy. But I think people need to understand that there are people who are crazy. And those people do happen to do things that other people do. That does not make the things that other people do, that these crazy people do as well, doesn't make those things the cause of the craziness. Correlation does not equal causation. This is a well-known thing. The way I was taught correlation does not equal causation in, is it middle school, I want to say? I don't remember when it was. But my teacher told me that, you know, let's say that you go and buy a lottery ticket. Wait, is that what it was? What was it? Shit, man, I don't remember. It was something about wearing brown shoes on the day that something weird happened. That doesn't make the brown shoes the cause of the weirdness. It just so happens that you were wearing brown shoes on the day of the weirdness. I think it was winning the lottery or something like that. I don't quite remember. I'm gonna take the D6 with me even though it's irrelevant. Yay! That's alright. Yeah, I'm spawning some bullets. There's a few of them. There's a few bullets. That much is definitely certain. Oops. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna record some Hearthstone soon. I decided to, because my problem with Hearthstone is that I needed to, like, literally just commit. You know? I was in that weird, fucking, like, Twilight Zone where I was like, I want to play Hearthstone, and then I would start up Hearthstone, and then I'd be like, I don't really want to play Hearthstone, and then I would move on to the next thing. But I finally did it. I played like 10 matches or something in ranked, and finished a bunch of dailies, and now I have enough gold to do an arena run, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll do an arena run soon, and record it, and put it on the YouTube. So if you like those arena runs, be on the lookout for that. That'll be coming up soon. Hopefully soon. Probably. I mean, certainly this week. Unless I go like 2 wins or something, at which point I'll probably elect to not upload it, because nobody gives a shit about a 2-win arena run. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that episode. It was a lot of anime talk, because I'm a filthy fucking weeb. And, so, you know, I mean, if you enjoy anime talk, like, comment, subscribe. No, but really, give me, I mean, like, I entertained you for like 30 minutes. The least you could do is give me a like, comment, and subscribe and shit, you know. I mean, yeah, it's the least you could do. I mean, just tip me, you know. Just come on, man, come on. No, I mean, I'm not your boss. I can't force you to do what you. Hang on, let me start over. I'm not your boss. I can't force you to like, comment, subscribe, but do it anyway. Like, comment, subscribe. Just do it. Just hit the. It's a button. Just hit the button. It's just a button press.